Yeah, I want to make a very interesting statement. And I think land ownership or property ownership is the most destructive force in nature. Let me explain that. I had an incident with a gentleman down below who has a bunch of dump trucks, and he's constantly dumping his garbage into the river. And he's quite the bully, and everybody, including municipal officials, are really scared of this guy. And I took him on, and I told him that he has to stop dumping all his garbage into the river. And the municipality showed up, and they clean up all his garbage. He just continues to dump into the river. They come, and they'll clean up everything that ends up in the river, and everything is honky-dory. So anyways, I took him on. I went to the municipality to denounce him, and they're describing him as an ongoing problem. So I had a chat with him one-on-one, and I asked him to stop dumping all this garbage into the river, and he said, straight out, I pay my property taxes, I can do whatever the hell I want. And I think that is a big issue with owning land, is people have this incredible concept that they're allowed to do anything they want to their land and the trees and everything that is on the property. So typically somebody will buy a piece of land, they'll take sometimes the last money they have, and they'll cut down all the trees on their property because they want to be in control of the property. They want to impose their anger or their energy or their abilities onto the land and basically destroy it in such a way that they're satisfied that they're in control of their piece of land. There are lots of municipalities that don't allow you to cut down 100-year-old trees, oak trees, or whatever they may be. There are a lot of laws like that. Are they enforced? Maybe. Maybe it's just a simple fine. Maybe the fine is cheaper than having the tree in your way. Whatever it may be, for me, it's incredibly interesting that somebody who owns a piece of land is imposing the most destructive force nature has ever confronted. Land ownership in many different forms usually is associated with incredible amounts of natural destruction. The people on this side here, they started cutting down all the trees, cutting down all the smaller trees. They just basically cleared the land. They planted a little bit of lettuce, and now they're gone. So what they could have done, and this is a really interesting way of explaining it, they could have made themselves 15 square meters. They could have put all their energy into the 15 square meters and done a really good job of gardening those 15 meters. But for humanity, they need to control the entire lot. They need to chop every tree down on the lot. They have to impose their energy onto that land. So I came across some numbers that really were quite amazing to me. And that is that if you took all the arable land in the world, on the planet, and then you gave every human being, the 8.2 billion human beings, you gave them their percentage. So 1.38 billion hectares of arable land divided by 8.2 billion people gives you exactly 1,700 square meters per human being on the planet. So the question is, would the planet be better off if the entire arable land was divided equally amongst all the human beings? Would the planet be better off? The answer would be probably, but you would have to put incredible restrictions on these people that received their land, you would have to say, okay, you need to produce this much food, you need to not cut down the trees. Like, you'd have to really tell people how they're supposed to behave when they receive this land. Otherwise, and you're not allowed to live on the land, you have to use it for agricultural purposes, and you have to contribute to feed the world. So what would happen is, this human ignorance, I think, again, would take over. 1,700 square meters isn't a lot. It's enough to feed your family and have a surplus. If you do the plot really well, it wouldn't be a problem to feed the entire planet if everyone had their own piece of land. But my worry is that human nature towards nature is very destructive. I don't know where this energy comes from. I don't know why everyone wants to impose their energy onto nature. It's a very, very unusual trait in human beings. This destructive energy is it's almost annoying and not very comprehensible how humans could behave like that. So I just wanted to do a bit of storytelling. I wanted to share the story of the bully. I wanted to share the story of dividing up the planet to all the humans that are living on this planet. And I just wanted to put out there, what do you think? Would humans behave if all arable land was divided up equally? Would the human race advance, to new levels? Or would it be absolute chaos, giving everyone a piece of land? I would think it would take a huge process of educating people how to respect property, respect everything that is on a property. If you enhance nature, involve nature, use nature to your benefit, you will gain so much more than having a destructive energy. So I wanted to put that out there. It would be interesting for me to hear what people think if we divided all the arable land up, what the end result would be.